Hey, Commissioner.
Morning, Commissioner.
Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, everyone. It's 11 a.m. It's a meeting of the Philadelphia County Board of Elections. We'll begin. Today is April 22nd, and this is I believe, our third Zoom commissioners meeting. So thank you, everybody, for your support of this. We'll first hear if there's any public comment.
We have one public comment. Sharon Strauss.
Good morning, Sharon. Go ahead.
Oh, good morning. Thank you for having me, and thank you for holding these meetings. They're certainly easy to get to. I just have a few questions and statements regarding to like the strange circumstance we're in. We all want to, have an election that's safe, as far as physically safe and also safe for a democracy. And there's like there's all the usual issues plus these additional issues with, just not wanting to spread the germs, having limited polling places, having potentially limited polling workers, which is always an issue. So I have like just three main areas of concern. One is, how are we going to get the word out and make it possible for people to vote by mail? I have been talking to friends, family, neighbors, and also doing just some outreach on the phones to people to try to get people to get their mail-in ballots. And I have found that while people are supportive of the idea, few people are actually doing it. And I'm concerned that people are going to wait until the last minute and we'll be in a situation like Wisconsin was, where it's just not physically possible to get all the ballots out in time. And especially, I saw that you had requested extending the period that you'll accept mail-in ballots, which is fantastic, but I wonder whether it's going to be legally feasible given the Supreme Court decision. So I'm wondering what we can do, either like you can do as commissioners or we can do as the public in terms of actually getting the absentee ballot applications out to people. Pittsburgh, I understand, is just sending absentee ballots to people. Can Philadelphia do that as well? And if Philadelphia doesn't have the wherewithal through resources or whatever to do that, is it possible for just like citizen groups to do that? Another one is, how are you going to decide when, and how are you going to decide about what polling places are open? And how is the public going to know about that? And also, how is it going to be safe for the poll workers? Because we have seen that, poll workers have contracted the disease shortly after the election, and in places, I can't remember what states, but it's documented. And then the last thing is just with this movement to almost all mail-in voting, are you going to publish how you're going to provide transparency so that people can see the voting, how the votes are counted, and just make sure that all the applications are tracked well, all the ballots are tracked and counted? And when is the counting going to start? Is it going to start after the polls close, or are you going to start counting earlier, as I believe Act 12 allows you to do? I think that pretty much covers what I wanted to say. I'm interested in hearing what you have to say about how your planning is going for this process and how you're going to make sure that it is safe for individuals and then for our greater democracy. And thank you.
Thank you. We'll now proceed to old business, and we'll hear from our Executive Director, Joe Lynch.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Joe.
Joe.
Today's report from the County Board of Elections is they processed and approved 41,613 absentee and mail-in applications. 11,954 are in the queue as of today to be processed. They're working on that now. Imaging, the imaging unit had 1,400 electronic voter registration applications that came in overnight. They will be processed today, and that's all sources. Mailroom is caught up with the mail. They are sending out rejected applications and working on mail-in and absentee application envelopes. Data has 27 paper voter registration apps. Obviously, they'll be done. They're probably already done as we speak. The rest of their crew is working on processing online mail-in applications. The election activities crew are also processing online mail-in applications. That's it.
I have
Thank
a
you,
quick
Joe.
question for Joe.
Yes.
Joe, when we get electronics, when imaging gets the electronic applications from state, do we get those every day, or are they?
They usually dump them Tuesday night. They get them every day, but they usually get a big load Tuesday night into Wednesday, like they did last night.
Okay.
Oh, what source it is that comes in overnight? I could check with Kevin, but they usually get dumped in Tuesday into Wednesday.
But I'm sorry, is it only Tuesday to Wednesday, or are they getting them every day? It's just we get a lot in there.
They get them every day, but they get
Oh, okay.
more of a bulk Tuesday into Wednesday.
Yeah, I wonder if that's the weekend or something hitting.
It could be possible. I could check with Kevin.
Thank you, Joe.
All right.
Hey, Joe, I had a quick question too.
Sure.
Out of the rejected mail-in application,
Yes.
what are like the top reasons why they're being rejected? That you could just
They could be missing. They could be missing their date of births. Most cases are missing their date of births or their parties.
Okay.
And it's not many, because we're not getting too many mail-in applications to begin with. So we're
Okay.
averaging like maybe 70, maybe less than 70 a day.
Okay.
All right.
You mean they're missing
If they're missing
for
their
the,
date
for
of
the electronics? They're not. We're not getting signatures the same
No,
way.
the electronics are different. The ones that John gets in the mailroom, that's what the commissioner was asking about, the
Yeah.
rejects.
Oh, okay.
They're the paper applications. If they're missing information, we send them out a reject letter along with another application for them to fill out. Send
Okay.
it.
And missing signature would be something, right?
The signature, same thing, yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Joe.
All
Is there
right.
Thanks,
any
Joe.
more, hearing no more old business, does anyone have any new business?
I do not.
I would like to say that Commissioner Smith's look very presidential right there.
Thanks. Apparently, you can also get any backdrop you want, so I might change it to palm trees and a beach or something. I also have 3 little kids at home, so this is hardly a sacrifice.
Well, thank you all for supporting this effort of being transparent and having these meetings in this new fashioned way. Hearing no more new business, I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Uh,
All right. Have a great week, everybody.
You too.
Thank you, Madam Chair.